Hello and welcome to Foreigner Expat Malawi. This is an update on the chicken raising project. A few things I want to clarify. They're eating the grass here. There's something nutritional in the grass that they want or need. They come out here and just tear it up every day. And I don't know what it is, but there's something in this specific grass that grows here in Africa that they just love it. You see that one? Just tearing it up. And they don't let the grass get more than about 1.5 inches long. And they start eating the ends off of it. And they're out here every day. Those over there are going for the grass that's just coming up through the sand pile. The sand that we use for the building project for the cement and the mortar. You see there's about 10 of them out here right now eating the grass. Maybe 15. Then over here we have a bunch of new ones. I think we have 9 since the last video. 9 new ones. Those little fur balls over there. Those are the brand new ones in the last couple of days. And most of these are about a week old or so. The main food that we feed them here is the rice hulls, the leftovers from the main food that the Malawians eat, which is called nsima, which is just white corn flour ground. And then they boil that. And then this is what's left, is the corn hulls. And then we just feed that to the chickens, and they love it. Now that costs about, that full bag costs about the equivalent of $1 US for about 40 pounds. And you see they are just tearing it up. Now if you consider 40 pounds for $1, you just got a couple of cents a pound in it. So if you figure the feed conversion rate, you're adding weight to the chickens for about 2 cents a pound, maybe 3. And then that chicken right there, for a chicken to eat, is about 3,000 Malawi kwacha, which is equivalent to about $5 US. Now that's also equivalent to about 3 days' pay for the average person in Malawi. We don't have any trouble at all selling them. There's a ready market for them. I'm not sure why so few people here raise them. A few people have them just for eggs for their family, but there aren't that many that raise them to sell. Not nearly as many as what the market would support, because we have absolutely no trouble selling them at all. Now what that means is we have about 30 cents in each bird, and we sell it for $5. Now that's a pretty darn good profit margin. See, they just love that cornhole stuff. Getting a little low on the water. I'm going to have to fill their water buckets up. Now these guys here, these are laborers working on the woodwork and installing the windows and things like that. And that's what they get, is about $1.25 US a day. So it takes about 3 or 4 days labor for the average person to afford one of those chickens. The boy in the outdoor kitchen, his name is Nami, and he's actually my nephew. He's not one of the workers. And he's heating up some water for his bath because we are still off grid here. There's some more of the chickens over there. We have had a little trouble with a stray dog around here. Grabbed a couple of the chickens yesterday, the little babies, and we chased him off, but you never know if he's going to come back or not. That's the thing. There's a bunch of new little babies there too. See how close we can get without spooking them. The mothers are pretty protective of them. Now that's a bunch of leftovers from where the kids have been eating sugar cane. And the leftover kind of woody, fibrous little tiny pieces. Chickens just seem to love that too. And out here in the garden where we grow the sweet potatoes, they don't really bother the sweet potatoes themselves at all. They just scratch in between and get the bugs and little tiny plants. There are no little unwanted plants in here to speak of. The chickens get every one of them just as soon as they pop up, but they leave the sweet potatoes alone, which is good for everybody. And they come back here and they hunt and they peck and they scratch and they chew and just whatever they can find. Now there was a nest back here of termites, but the chickens found it and tore it open and ate all the termites and all the larvae, so we got rid of all of them for us too. You can see where they're working on the the wood here, redoing it after the other people screwed it up. We had to fire them. And this is the back garden here on the south side of the house. And this is a few pineapples, mostly sweet potatoes. But the nuts and bolts of it is, it's pretty simple to raise chickens in Malawi or most of Africa for really big profits. And this house, as nice as it is, cost about 16,000 US dollars, including the eventual solar power, all the land, the labor, the materials, everything, and the 8-foot high brick security fence all the way around the whole property. So the chickens, just 30 or 40 chickens will produce enough babies in a year's time to pay all the expenses for your living. And you know, if you got 50 or 60 chickens, you can produce enough babies and raise them up, pay for everything, pay for your house, your car, everything else. I mean, it's just a pretty good deal. Now in the US, the cost of the chicken feed alone is pretty prohibitive to making money unless you have a lot of land where your chickens can free range. But this is a 3,000 square foot house. And the chickens are pretty much paying for the whole thing. Now, we built the servants' quarters first. That was probably 2.5 years ago. The outdoor kitchen and the outhouse were the first two structures, because the workmen have to have a place to cook their lunch and a place to go to the bathroom.